Alright, what's going on, guys? Yeah, we're back in it. This is the block. I'm about to put the head gasket in, the heads back together, and get these gaskets squared away. Just got to clean this surface off a bit. I'm gonna be using some brake cleaner to spray it in there, clean it. Also use some compressed air to clean up inside there, you know, just spray inside, make sure that I don't have any residual dust. It's been sitting here for a while. Just clean that off, start getting everything put back together, check my notes. Again, this is the first time I'm doing this, but it's a car that I plan to keep, one that I plan to learn from and show you guys a lot about, because there's not a lot of videos about this damn thing. So yeah, this is the block pretty much stripped down. I'm gonna clean in here a bit. The timing case, I don't know shit about motors, but I'm learning about this one. This one has a timing case here, that this is where the timing chain is, and I gotta check these plastic guides. Some of them are worn out a bit, so I'm gonna replace what I can. I cleaned that. Rack and pinion shit or whatever, steering rack, who the fuck knows. I'm an electronics dude and a customizing dude, but with this particular passion in car, I gotta learn about motors and suspension and stuff. So that's why I started this channel, Project Bimmers. It's all project work for me, and I love the project. I love the work that I'm doing. I learn along the way. Look, I painted that all black before. Now you see all that stuff, I gotta clean it out now. You know, just you learn little things along the way. So now that I'm doing this, I'll see if I could get some notes together for you guys, to pieces that gotta go back, pieces that you want to get part numbers and stuff. Now that I got the motor in this condition, while I'm putting it back, I'll let you guys know what I find. All right, so step by step I'll get it back going. All right, so I fitted the new head gasket on there. See, it fits perfectly. It's a new one. This is actually a thicker head gasket than the one that came from factory, because I had to shave down the head a bit. It was warped a little bit when the head the head gasket blew. So I shaved it down at the machine shop. Pardon all the noise. These dudes out here with the weed whackers and shit, man, every fucking day with this bullshit, man, and they don't clean shit. That's just my vent, sorry. But I cleaned what I could. This head gasket is on there now. Like you can see, it's a little thicker. Thickness here, thicker than the usual one. Now I gotta put the rest of the pieces back together, step by step, and just make sure that I keep everything clean along the way. Doing this shit outdoors, not the ideal situation, but this is a DIY channel, just to show you, you don't need a damn shop to do every damn job, even motor work. Specifically on this little baby. This car is pretty simple in the yard or in the garage, but in my case in the goddamn parking lot in the complex. Right, so I'll be back with the head that I'm gonna put back on, and some gaskets, and I'm gonna start replacing some shit today. Welcome back to Project Bimmers. I'm in the house now getting this head ready to get back into the car. So since it's my first time, what I'm doing, I'm going through my Haynes manual, which I usually take a few notes before anything. And in here, what it did tell me for this motor, that I should make sure that I have these cams adjusted and locked when I'm putting them back into the car, so that I don't mess up any of the valves getting hit on the pistons or whatever. So in order for me to lock these are the camshafts. I don't want them moving around when I'm doing anything in the car. On Amazon, I bought this tool, it's a cam locking tool. This is the first time I'm using it, but I did see how it's used. It's a very simple tool. It actually helps to get this perfect. On these cams, it's a four-sided piece. So you have a side on the bottom, two sides here, and then a side on the top. all of the sides except one have these have no dots. These two little holes or dots on the top are the indicators of what side of this cam lobe has to be facing up. And they have to be 90-degree angles with this according to the manual. So when that's done, you'll be able to lock this on, and this will be flush. But the problem that I'm having here right now is that this one is not 90 degrees. You see how it's angled off to the side? So that's why this cam locking tool wouldn't work. It only works if these cams are set at the top dead center. So what I would have to do now in order to lock that in, I gotta adjust this one, make it straight like that. So for that, I take a wrench and I just spin it a little bit until it's straight. Adjust it like that. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, because once I get this tool on, I can make slight adjustments with the tool itself. Actually, what I do is I loosen this up, and I do them one at a time, and then I'll lock this in. So I'll open this. Put this on. See how that locks nice and flush. So take this out here, and then the other one I'm supposed to lock in there too. See with the actual locking tool itself, how I adjusted it without using the wrench. Now both of these are flush. So once they're flush, I take this and I'll just lock these in with the bolts that it came with and the washer. Tighten them down. And then once these are tight, those cams will be locked in. So that's locked in. I can tighten it down with this just to make sure it's locked. And then once this is locked and good to go, now I know that these cams are not going to move, not going to adjust when I'm putting this back in the car. And this is good to go. So that's how I lock the cams. First time I'm doing it, showing you guys. This is the cam locking tool. I got this on Amazon. I don't remember how much I paid, but it's a good investment because I want to make sure that I use the right tools for this job. Since it's the first time I'm doing it, I don't want to fuck nothing up. So cams locked, good to go. Be straight. All right, welcome back to Project Bimmers. Here's the cylinder's head of this car. I gotta put it back in here. Now, if you notice, I'm inside here, so I took out a lot of the car as a part. So usually you're not gonna be able to like stand in here, but I make it do what it do. So for the most part, I gotta line this up properly. They have some guides here that I can use to put this on. And I gotta be mindful that there's the fuel lines here and some stuff that I don't wanna like damage. So, and this is heavy too, so that's why I'm standing in this position, so I could kind of like get a grip on this and muscle it in here and try to maneuver it where it goes. You know, so I want to kind of see, it's not lined up properly, but this is where it's going to go back. So once I line it into where the tabs go, it should seat properly, and then I'll be able to get everything else back on. So give me a sec to do that. I'll come back and I'll show you guys like what my plan is to get the cams back on and align everything up, you know, get my thing together. But I'm gonna just pretty much figure out how to get this on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, I got that back on. Just pretty much you just got to finagle it. It does have locator tabs on it, so it can seat properly. Once it seats properly, you know, it won't have any wiggle. These will line up where they're supposed to go. This is supposed to go in there. The bolt lines up, so I'm supposed to put a screw back in there. So everything is, you know, lined up where it's supposed to be. I have to put the cam sprockets back on. I have to torque everything back down. I have to connect everything where it goes. Like there's supposed to be some connectors that go in here, like this, supposed to go in here. You know, just start connecting everything where it goes. Got some connectors, you know, plug them in. Everything has a location. Yeah, finally getting some work done. So I'll be working on this for the remainder of the week. Once everything is mounted and cleaned and connected, I'll start firing up shit and see what works and what needs to be adjusted and everything. And yeah, this will be a project in the bags.